Hello subscribers, this is yours truly JBlue68 coming at you with a second video for the day of November 29th, Friday, the day after the holiday known as Thanksgiving. And this is going to be the comic book haul that I promised. Before we get into this haul, I want to say first of all thank you to my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, and I can actually continue to like on my videos, comment, subscribe, and share these videos. Tap that bell so you can get more videos like this as I post them immediately. I however have to give this disclaimer that this video is intended for wide and mature audiences. YouTube is a public forum for anyone to watch. Viewer discretion is advised, as there are some comics and collectibles that are adult or oriented and are not subject to the collector's creation, but intended for enjoyment only, and are not meant for children or for minors. Parental advisory suggested and discretionary action suggested when children and minors are watching these videos, due to COPPA or COPPA rules and regulations. Alright, so that being said, let's go ahead and get into this haul. First of all, we have Ironheart number 12, written by Eve Ewing. I'm not sure if Eve is related to Al Ewing, but this is the final issue of Ironheart. I'm so sad to say. And it features, of course, some of her allies, that being Shuri right here, General Okoye, and I'm not sure who that character is right there. But yeah, this is the final issue of this particular book. I'm not sure if it will continue on later next year, and what the decision was made in terms of this being the final book, if it had to do with creative issues, if it had to deal with low subscribers or anything like that, or purchases, I should say. I've enjoyed the book so far, or the series so far. I like it, and I hope that in the future it will continue. All right, this is lot number 1, by the way, because I got a lot of books I'm going to show. Next up, we have X-Force number 2, and this book spawns out of the Hoxpox series. This is from the Dawn of X books, and there are several of them. This is one, or part 2 of a series of this particular book. Well, let me get this lined up here. Next up, we have Fallen Angels number 2, also spawning out of House of X Powers of 10, or what's also called Hoxpox. Book number 2, which features, of course, Psylocke, X-23, and who is this? That's Nathan Summers on the cover there. Very nice cover. After that, we have New Mutants number 2. All these number 2s. And this is written by Jonathan Hickman himself, the creator of House of X Powers of 10. New Mutants number 2, written by Jonathan Hickman. After that, we have the Uncanny X-Men number 266. And this is a facsimile edition of that particular book. This is the first appearance of Gambit. Enter the mutant called Gambit. And I'm hoping that Gambit will be featured in the X-Men, that they're not continuing to try to do this as a solo movie. That would totally make no sense at all. I hope that this will be, Gambit, I should say, will be part of the X-Men when they're finally shown in the MCU. Right? That's a cool cover too. This is Marvel previews. I'm not sure how this got in here, but I'm actually going to do a video on Marvel previews, but that'll be by itself. But hey, why not show this? This is going to be a new X-Men book coming out pretty soon, based off of the character of Wolverine. Not his first rodeo. He's had many solo books before, but we're going to see what they're going to do with this one. It's going to be written by Benjamin Percy, Adam Kubert, and Victor Bogdanovic, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. All right. So just set this to the side right now. And next up, we have Donny Cates, guy who I've mentioned several times. This is Venom number 20, and I believe this is the penultimate issue of this particular series. And this is looks like combination of venom and carnage infused together. It's a creepy cover there, but I'm really loving it. Contributing artists are Ivan Caello, Zay Carlos, and Rain Barredo. This is a tie-in issue. Absolute Carnage. Next up, we have Black Panther number 18, written by the very talented Ta-Nehisi Coates. Oh my God. Let me see if I can get this line. Again, there's so many books here, so I'm sorry about that. Yes, Ta-Nehisi Coates. This is the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda number 18, Black Panther. The truth behind T'Challa's fall from king to slave. Interesting. And here's issue number 5 of The Invisible Woman, Miss Sue Richards, the last book in her series, written by Mark Waid. Issue number 5, completing again her solo series, her first solo series, to my understanding. Is she holding a gun? Looks like it. Even she's shocked by that. Oh, and that's it for lot number 1. Of my comic book haul. Next up, let's get into lot number 2. Move this over here. I can slide that to the side, turn this over. What lies behind door number 2? We have Basket Full of Heads. This is under the DC Black Label series, written by Joe Hill. Leo Max and Dave Stewart are contributing to this book as artists and pencilers. This is a book that is not for children, as you can see by the cover itself. Basket Full of Heads, but I'm still missing issue number 1. That was supposed to be in my comic book pool list when I went to go pick up my comic books, but it was not. So we'll feature that in another haul. All right, and this is under the DC Black Label. Next up, I have a series of books that I've been waiting to get for a long time. I've talked about them for some time. I was hoping to find them when I was at the New York Comic Con, but this is part of the Dark Crystal series. There are 3 different series, 3 or 4, with Dark Crystal. There's Power of the Dark Crystal, Underneath the Dark Crystal, and Age of Resistance. This has actually been featured on Netflix. It's a very good series. I think there were a total of 8 issues, if I'm correct. But this is Power of the Dark Crystal, written by Simon Spurrier, with contributors Kelly and Nicole Matthews. I don't have all of the books. This was actually in the Dollar Comics rack at the Vaulted Midnight, where I picked them up. But I'm still glad to have them, even though they're not necessarily in order. So I have book number 4 here. Missing book number 5, and also missing books number 1, 2, and 3. Here's book number 6 of that particular series, with contributor Philip Kennedy Johnson. This is book number 6 of Power of the Dark Crystal. I love that cover there. That is really, really nice. And this is published by IKEA Comics, by the way. IKEA Comics. Here's book number 7. Very nice there. These covers are almost they're more than just artwork, drawings. They're works of art. And these actually could be portraits on the wall, as far as I'm concerned. It's book number 8 of 12. Nice cover there. And I think these are the warriors of the race of Geflings. Yeah, because they were seen in the Age of Resistance series on Netflix. It's book number 9 of 12. I'm so glad to have these books, man. I just really am, because I've been looking for these for a while now. If you've watched my videos, you will see in certain videos I've done and mentioned the Dark Crystal on from occasion and from time to time. So I'm very proud to have these books, most of all. Hard to find them, but I found them. And here is book number 10 of 12, featuring the Skeksis, who are the villains of this particular series. Book number 11. Nice cover there. Love that. And then the final book, number 12. I'm missing 4 books out of this series, so I hope to find them at some point in time. These are available in trade paperback, so to find them in single issues will be very hard, but I'm going to get them all definitely on my continued hunt for the Dark Crystal comic book. So that's it. That's all. That's my comic book haul for this evening. Lots 1 and 2. Starting off with Ironheart and ending with the Dark Crystal. So I hope that you've enjoyed this haul. Hope that everyone has a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and wherever time and place it is in the world for you. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe and secure. Peace, love, and hair grease.